Hey everybody, how's it going? Superfiend here, and welcome back to Whacky World. So, since recording the last episode, I kind of got the terrain editor out, along with the path editor, and I tried to see if I could make a nice hilly path kind of leading up to this, and I wasn't quite happy with the results. I know I could do it if this was probably lower down. And then I kind of zoomed out, and I looked at all this, and I thought, gosh, you know, we are awfully close to kind of getting a closed loop here. And once we close this loop, we could kind of move these things over, probably over here or something, and open up some of these rides here in the front. And we could kind of have all of this open while we kind of work on these other things. So I think this episode, what I want to do is I want to get this loop closed, going around here like this, and just see where that gets us. You know, I want to get this closed, and I want to kind of build a little waterway that comes out of here and carries the water out to wherever that other ride would be coming from. You know, I want a source of water coming in for this lagoon, and I want to get the path going across that, and I want to make it look feasible for the galleon to have actually like gotten in here through this waterway with the path going by. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to work on that this episode. And the first thing I'm going to do this is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move this roof way out of the way. I don't want it to interfere. And I think we're going to have to move this placeholder monorail station. So we're just going to set it up there for now. We can always bring it back in later. And we got this little piece of scenery right here. Let's go ahead and move this, and well, let's just kind of float it out here. That way it's not in the way of what we're doing, but we're likely to see that at some point and go, what the heck is that doing over there? Okay, so let's flatten out the terrain here just a little bit where these paths are. We'll clean it up in a little bit. We'll make it better. And let's go ahead, and we've been using, is this the right one? Yes. 8 meters wide. And have angle snap off. And I'm going to work, let's see, I guess three segments at a time. And I'm going to work on the inside path first. And I'm thinking it's just going to kind of come around this, like this here. And we're not going to join it to this path. This was just a placeholder of like segmenting the park. So I think we're going to swing by this way. And it should join up nicely right there at that one. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead. Let's see. I'm going to shorten the segments down to 1 so that I can keep these things kind of close together. And I just realized as I'm doing this now that all the curbs and everything are turned off on the path, so I'm going to have to go back over it and need to get this terrain out of the way here. Whoops. Okay, and we probably just need to get rid of this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, when I was playing with the paths and the terrain over here, I turned all the curbs, the railing. I think I turned the supports and a bunch of stuff off. So now, as I'm drawing these ones, they got nothing on them. Okay, and what these ones have? They had at least the curb. So, let's see. Supports, curb on ground. Let's go ahead and turn those all back on. Alright, so let's see. If I come through here now. If I increase the length, does it... Nah, it does it like a segment at a time. not that one. All right. Oh boy. And we're just going to fill these in. And when I go back and I fill in all the scenery, oops, didn't want to do that one or that one. When I fill in all the scenery around the paths and everything, I'm going to kind of like leave a little bit of room, because I envision that I might destroy and recreate some of the paths in this game. They'll follow more or less the you know, the layout that they have right now, but might just make some fine-tuning adjustments and stuff later on. So as I go in and fill out the scenery on these, I might like just leave a little bit of a border around them to make room for doing that. I don't know. Let's see, this one seems to be going faster than the other one, filling in the curbs. All right, so that looks okay. I don't really like how that joined up over there, but whatever. All right, so now we got two paths, and I said I kind of wanted to leave a way for the galleon to get in here, so I'm thinking I'm going to break it apart right about, oh, I don't know, here. So let's pull this apart. Okay, so how are we going to do that? The way I thought we might do that is there is a bridge, a drawbridge in this game somewhere. It's in the castle scenery or the fairy tale scenery. So let's go look at the fairy tale scenery. And maybe it's in the building pieces, but I'm pretty sure there is a drawbridge of sorts in this game somewhere. Okay, maybe it's in here. There it is. Okay, so this is not very piratey, but we're gonna use it. I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it'd be longer than that. Well, let's see what we can do with it, right? Let's see what we can do with it. Yeah, because the galleon is really wide. So let's see. We want to turn it as if it was going this way. Yes. I don't know if I can pull this off and make it look convincing. This will be. I'll be pretty happy with myself. But let's just see. So let's say we had two drawbridges here. Right? And they're not part of a building. So let's go ahead and just add a building piece, a column or something. Something that's on the grid. Okay, this will work. And then we can add all of these to the selected building. And now they are part of this. And if we go in here and edit. Now, let's see. What does the wood on these look like? Okay, if we come over here, where are they? We got wood planks. These are 4 meter. Can we use those to extend the drawbridge a little bit? Now, it looks like it's longer than 4 meters. Yeah, boy. Yeah, okay, that's not going to work. Let's go ahead and delete that. And let's see. I guess what we'll do. Okay, we want wood. And let's see. I don't think that's going to cut it. That, I don't know. That's not going to work. This carved one's not going to work. That's not going to work. I wish we could make these longer. Let's see. Wall decorations. No. Well, I think this is just going to be one of those things where we'll just have to pretend that it would work if we did it this way. All right, so let's go ahead and actually the other thing we need to do, we need to delete this little piece here. And what we really need, okay, so these should no longer be part of a building, yeah. All right, we got to go back to the drawing board just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get a flat roof piece. It doesn't matter which one it is. And let's just orient it so that it is lined up with the drawbridge, okay? And let's go ahead and do this again with the flat roof piece and see why I did that in a moment. And let's just go ahead and edit these, and we'll select the two drawbridges and we'll duplicate, rotate them, spin them around, and bring them back to center. It almost looks like the ones on the right are like a little bit, from up here it looked like they were lower, from down here it looks like they're higher. And actually what it looks like is the closer one on this side is lower. It almost looks like they're crooked. What is going on here? Okay. What is going on with these drawbridges? Did they not land straight? Yeah, I don't know. They're crooked. Whatever. We're just going to have to ignore that. Okay. Now, if we can do this correctly, and I don't know that we can, let's go ahead and duplicate this floor piece. And let's put it also, let's see, I guess over here. And now let's stack them. Okay, now the idea is one of these grids, one of these floor pieces is going to have a grid suitable to connect a path and draw a path through these bridges. So let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that. We'll do select grid. And actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. We'll just use the top. And we'll do this, okay? We'll go across. And then we'll do it over here too. Okay. And now if we go back into the building and get rid of this floor piece, we can select all four of these and we'll lift them up until they cover the path. And then we'll make adjustments. The camera. Then we'll make adjustments to them each individually until they're kind of straightened out. Okay, so let's see. Get rid of the angle snap. Okay. Okay, that one looks good. Okay, that looks pretty straight. And now the last one here. Or does it already look kind of straight? No, it doesn't. It looks like it's tilted to, it's higher on the left than it is on the right. You know, how does that happen? Is that just the way that scenery piece is? I don't know. Okay. Okay. And let's see, raise this one up just a little bit. All right, that's pretty good. Let's go back over to the path. And I realize that no park would do this, but let's turn off the supports. And curb, railing on elevated. Let's turn off all the railing and stuff. And let's just see. Okay. So we got those paths, and they're floating in there nicely. So that'll work, and it's okay that that's kind of the way that is. And now let's see. Are we able to... Whoops. We want terrain, and I don't want to speed the game up. Let's go ahead and shrink the size of this. And this should be like the floor of the lagoon. Can we push this out of the way? Let's make it a little bigger, I guess. There we go. Okay, so we don't know how deep this is. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get the flatten the foundation here and just kind of... Oops, that did kind of a lot. Okay. So that works good like that. Now, if we can get these paths connected nicely over to these other paths, and then we build a little wall and stuff around here... since the galleon's so far away, it's hard to notice that it can't really fit through here. I wish the drawbridges were longer, but it'll look like, you know, this is something that the pirates added to get the boats in and out of here. And again, that ride with the Kraken is going to be like in here, and there's going to be some sort of cave, so this water is going to lead into where the Kraken sits. And I want to go ahead and let's see, I want to push this down just a little bit. And then I want to kind of bring it out just a tiny bit right there. And I'll smooth this stuff out later. Or maybe not. I don't know what it's going to look like. Okay, so let's go back to the path. And I think we can get rid of that like that. Okay. Now, this is going to be kind of awkward. So, let's see. Kind of need to build a building around this, don't we? I think we do. So let's go ahead, and we've been using sandstone a lot. Let's go ahead and switch over to the limestone pieces for this, because again, the sandstone is for the temple stuff primarily, and the limestone is for the things that the pirates make, limestone and wood. And this is definitely a pirate structure. So let's see, where are we going to be able to put these? And let's get all the limestone so we can see everything. And would this work anywhere in here too? Where does this end up? Okay, so I imagine the drawbridge probably needs to kind of be this way. But I almost think the drawbridges need to be slid over. Or this path here kind of should be moved over a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. Because the drawbridges are kind of okay where they are, but where the grid lines up in relation to the drawbridges is not very good. So how do we fix this? Okay, well, we know that building... Okay, maybe we do these just one thing at a time. Okay, let's focus on this side, because this side looks better to me. And let's go ahead and... Let's see, the archway. Let's see, where would it go? Back here? See, I don't know that it would go all the way back here. There should be walls connected straight up to the drawbridge right here. But this is in the wrong spot because... then the drawbridge is, the wood is inside the thing. So let's see, let's maybe just move these two like this way, like this. But then when we go and fill in the wall here, this chain and stuff, I don't know. How do you use these drawbridge pieces? Maybe they don't. Maybe they just don't work very well if you try to use them with this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and let's just put the 4-meter piece here. Let's just see what we get. Yeah, see, I don't like how it does that, but okay. And oh, okay, I see. I think the drawbridge. Well, see, that doesn't make sense too. That doesn't make sense to me either. Okay, it seems like all of this should be like this piece right here should be in the middle of the wall, right? And if this piece is in the middle of the wall, so if we move all the walls over, then it clears up the chain. But then the wood on the floor like is, I don't know, it's just in the wrong spot. Okay, but we're gonna do it that way because that seems to be the way that is gonna work better. All right, let's see here. Okay, now if we take these two. See, if we do it like this. Okay, see, now this looks better down here. That like looks correct to me, and it looks better up here. But holy hell, now the wood is like, now the wood is inside the building. I don't like that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, delete. I got a different idea. We're gonna do a separate building. We're gonna do a separate building for this. Let's see. Let's get the 4-meter piece. Actually, what kind of columns do we have? I don't even know that I want columns. Okay, let's try this. Oops. Reset the orientation, move, angle snap. Okay, so it's like where I really want it, you know, is like in here somewhere. Okay, I mean, that's about where I want it, right? That's about where I want it. But I don't want it to like be hanging over the wood. So it almost needs to like come like this. And it needs to poke through here just a little bit, I guess. I don't know. All right, well, let's just try that. Even though, see, I don't like this. Gosh. I don't like this. It feels like it should be over here, but then this stupid piece is just floating off into the sky. And then, so then what do? You put like a ceiling piece up here, but then there's no room for anything to walk through. Then it's not very tall and impressive. I don't know. And then this one doesn't line up on this side. Whoever put these together at Frontier, I'd like to know exactly what they were thinking. Okay. And then And then it feels like these pieces, okay. All right, it feels like they should be, okay, let's try this. They were on this side and on this side of the blue square. I moved them over to this side so that we could get this curved piece lined up nicely, because I kind of think it should look like that. And we're gonna go ahead and, I don't know, I'm just gonna start building the structure around it, and I'm gonna hope that I can figure out what the stupid drawbridge should look like as I build it. Let's see. I'm doing it. I mean, this is the design. I'm gonna stick with this more or less. Let's see. I just don't know. I just don't know how to execute it. Okay. This is like a little fort, right? And then, okay, now over here is where it gets tricky. If we, because I feel like there needs to be there needs to be a wall piece right here, right? There needs to be some sort of wall piece in here. So, And this is the wrong, like this is the wrong grid. If I change it to 2 meters, does that make it better? No. So I feel like we need another building in here, and I want to make sure that it lines up nicely with this one. So let's duplicate this piece. We'll put it right here. We're going to split it off so it becomes its own building. We're going to horizontal move it. Oh, I probably should have done the one up top. No, it just, let's see, it just needs to kind of line up with this one here. And then if we edit, duplicate, okay. So, I mean, that's kind of what it should look like, right? I think. We're going to have to move all this stuff over. So let's see. So that'll look better if it's kind of like that, right? And then these 3 pieces here, so now we're back in, I don't know what building we're in anymore. We're going to split these off, and we're going to horizontal move, but we're going to keep it lined up with here. And we're just going to get it in the middle of this, because we're going to get the walkway in the middle of this stupid thing. We're going to go over to this one. We're going to split these ones off in horizontal move. Let's see. And we're going to get them kind of in the middle too, because we got, at least we got the drawbridges are the right height, and these things are a good spot for the walkway. Okay, we got the right grid there. And so I'm thinking if we just delete this and do a select grid. Okay, and we do it here. Okay. That looks better to me, and we can do it over here too. And so we're going to select grid. We want the one on top. Okay. And now let's see. What do we do now? And then these things, of course, they gotta come out of here somehow. Maybe if we join them together. Okay, so where would be a good spot? Like, where's the middle of this thing? And of course, it's like, yeah. You know, it would be nice if it just kind of came out through here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and let's see. Can we get these corners? Duplicate those. Oh, yes, of course. Now this is not going to line up nicely. Okay, grief. Okay, Control X. Okay. So that should be like right there, right? And then how well did these 2 grids line up? Let's see how far it jumps over when we get. Oh, see. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, let's get rid of those. And I guess what we'll do is we'll just have to duplicate these pieces. We spin them around. We should be able to get them right here. I honestly have no idea if there's a better way to do this. Okay, so we kind of got like one side of whatever this is. It's a fort. Some sort of fort. And we got one side built. I don't really like this. This just gap here. Let's see. It'd be nice. Let's go back over to the building. What kind of columns? Can we put some columns in here? Some sort of gridded column, something that sits on the grid. What would be a good choice? I mean, now it just looks even sillier. I mean, it just takes away more from the drawbridge. Let's see. What about this one? All right, you know what? Oh, then it covers up this. Oh my goodness. And then so if you put this here, it's not like it has a nice round cap that can go on top of it. I don't know. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to the limestone. The walls. And the curved pieces, we only have 4 meter and 2 meters, so we're going to have to do 2 meters around here, so we might as well do 2 meter when we build across here, so. Okay, 2 meter. Two meter. Oh, okay, yeah. And now 2 meter. And 2 meter. Feels like it's really tall, doesn't it? Okay, let's see. Just 2 meter. And I'm building it all on this side because once I get it all figured out, I'm just going to duplicate it and it'll go on the other side. Okay. So that's how that's going to go. Of course, another way to do this whole thing would be to just say screw the screw all this fancy-pantsy building stuff, and then just like kind of find something that's round and just plop it right in the middle here. Let's see, what would happen if we did that? What would it look like on this side? Let's just try it on this side. I mean, maybe that would just be easier. Okay, like what if we just let's see. X world X. Oh boy, now we got to deal with the silly crisscross applesauce. Crisscross will make you jump. There, let's see. What if we just did this? Okay, what if we did that? I mean, what if we just did that and then kind of like, I don't know, built something behind it? Let's see, another building. What would it look like? Because I you know, to be honest, I don't know, I'm kind of not really excited about this. I kind of prefer it to be just kind of like simple pillars and connect some stuff across the top. And then it's just mostly like an open drawbridge. I don't like really want an actual fort. I don't think I want it to look like a fort. I think I like the idea of it being open. So let's see here. And now the episode's getting a little bit long too. Let's see. A new building. Okay. There we go. Crisscross applesauce again. Yep. Wrong arrow. Getting about the same height. I mean, what happens if we just, you know, decide, okay, this is good enough. And maybe actually what we do is we get this corner edge right in the center there, like that. And then, okay, I'm clicking, but it's not putting them down. I mean, what happens if it just looks like that? You know, I mean, I could live with that. Let's see. And then what would the middle look like? And let's see if we did an eye. We can't duplicate multiple building selections. I hate that. Okay, let's see. We want to. Let's see if we put it over here. And we want to rotate it until what? I don't think we want to rotate it at all. I think it's fine right where it is. We just got to position it correctly. Okay, let's see. So a little bit more back and a little bit more over. And you know, that's about where the other one is. Okay. And then what do we do with these? Okay, so these two center points go on these 2 points. Okay. So, you know, about like that. Okay, so what happens if it just looks like that on each side? And then, I don't know, maybe we'll build something on top. I don't know what we could put up there. But, you know, I kind of like that better than messing with all this stuff over here. Yeah. I don't like how this other stuff was going. Okay. Now... Okay, so let's see. Control X. And so we want this piece kind of pointed straight across. Okay. And this little corner is kind of like touching the road almost, so that's how we could kind of get them lined up. And we'll control X. Let's see, I need to go a little bit this way. And maybe just a little bit more this way. This is not going to be perfect. Okay. And we go over, and let's see, they line up about here. Except they go on the outside. So there. And there. Okay. All right, you know what? I think that looks better. Except for this, of course. I don't like that. And let's see. How far apart are those? What happens if we take just one? And, of course, what are these made out of? They look like they're made more out of sandstone. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, sandstone. So let's go ahead, and we're in the wrong area there, aren't we? Sandstone. And let's go ahead and sandstone, that's my problem. Let's go ahead and get, yeah, they don't really look like sandstone. What do they look like? Castle wall. All right. 4-meter piece of castle wall. Okay, and then we can just kind of build this up. Okay, let's see. Yes. Yes. And the only reason I'm building it across so that we can, oops, so that I can get the height correct. I want to raise the height so that's roughly the same height as these other things. Okay. And let's see. And then we get this nonsense again where it's in the wood, but you know what? It's over there too, so who cares? And I feel like it should go underneath and down into the water. At least it should do that much. And you know, maybe into the land. So let's do that. And like this. So, you know, it's like it's been dug out into the ground at least. And there we go. Now it's about the same size on each side. And if we duplicate all this, of course. But we'll split it off from the building, make it a new building. Okay. And it looks like we need to slide it over just a little bit. And let's see. We're gonna slide this over because now this just does not look even Steven anymore. So let's get this kind of right in the middle. And let's get this right in the middle as best we can. Seems like these need to all come forward a little bit, but I'm not going to do it. This is already hard enough. It's already taken long enough fiddling around with this thing. All right, here we go. One more time. Select grid. Let's get the tallest piece. Okay. Can't use angle snap because we're already in the grid. Okay. So as long as we keep those little wood platforms there, we can keep making the paths until we're happy with them. All right. Now, I do kind of like that. And I think what we need is like a 1 meter. Here we go. Okay, and we'll just build across, okay, until it goes in there like that. Not very fancy, I know. And we'll do it on this side. Yeah, you know, it's funny. We did almost the exact same thing on each side. You know, the drawbridge is poking out just about as much. And on this side, yeah, if we just move these things a little bit forward, it would kind of take care of the little imperfections. But I'm not going to bother. Not going to bother. All right. Now, the episode's getting kind of long, but I just want to see... okay, if we... Let's see. Okay, we certainly don't want that. So, like, is 2 meter good? 2 meter looks good. Just fill in the bottom here. Let's do this one. Okay. Can I get these ones? All right. See, now I guess that kind of does look okay. I'm okay with this now. Wasn't very happy with it earlier. And let's just see here. Is there some sort of appropriate ceiling? What would be the best floor tile? Castle, roof. Now, is there any sort of what do we get for limestone? What do we get in here? Nothing. Okay. I just want to see if there's a nice flat roof. Concrete, no. Smooth concrete. None of those. Stucco. Maybe. I think we're just going to use the flat castle roof. I think that's what we're going to do it with. And we're going to situate them on the inside here. So let's see. Let's see. Do I like how that? Nah, I don't like. Okay. And let's go ahead and select this one. Do the same thing. On the inside. All right. Okay. So now the only other problem is that this floor kind of needs to be a little bit taller, right? It needs to be a little bit taller. Floor needs to be taller because then it will cover up the path here. And then we just need to somehow connect these paths, get them off of here, back onto these main paths on each side. And then we'll have two nice walkways that make it look like the guests are walking across the drawbridges. And I don't know, we'll figure something out and decorate these later in another episode. Put something on top. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work out, but you get the general gist of things. That's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great afternoon.